Today we're gonna make a quinoa with balsamic roasted mushrooms, really savory, simple dish. First we're gonna start off with some mushrooms. I have some portobello mushrooms here. I'm gonna scrape the gills off those. I'm just basically scraping it with a spoon. And what that's doing is that's taking off a lot of that musty taste that mushrooms usually carry. Let's go ahead and dice that up. I'm gonna go ahead and add some red onion to that as well, some diced red onion. Okay, let's go ahead and make that marinade now for the mushrooms. All right, so what we're gonna start with some balsamic vinegar. I'm gonna add some Dijon mustard. I'm gonna add a whole food sweetener, so I'm gonna add whole pears. You can add any fruit to this if you wish as that sweetener. You can choose to use apples as well. Peaches is really nice. I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic in there. A pinch of sea salt, pinch of black pepper. Let's go ahead and add some filtered water and get that blending. So now that we have our wonderfully blended marinade, let's toss that with these mushrooms and diced red onions now. Just tossing that up. Now I'm gonna actually add a little bit more marinade than I need because I'm gonna roast them in the same marinade here. So take a roasting pan, let's spread that out. So I've preheated the oven to about 475 for a really quick roast. Let's go ahead and get that in. Okay, so I'm gonna let those roast, a quick roast on a 475 and let those caramelization really happen between the balsamic and the sweetness of that pear. So the base of this recipe is quinoa. It's an ancient grain, very high in protein. There's three typical types of quinoa. There's a red quinoa, a black quinoa, and a white quinoa. Today we're gonna use white quinoa. You cook it just like you would rice, a little bit less water, and it cooks much faster. Just gonna add some quinoa in there. Let's get some shredded carrots in there as well. Let's add some spinach, some fresh spinach. Let's add some parsley. Okay, I'm gonna mix those ingredients up well. Let's check on those mushrooms now. So now those mushrooms are nicely roasted. There's a nice caramelization happening there. They've been roasted for about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and pour those in the bowl. Mix in those mushrooms. Let's actually grab a little bit of that marinade that we made earlier. I'm gonna toss a little marinade in there. Give it a little moisture. It's a beautiful, colorful salad. This is a great dish highlighting quinoa and roasted mushrooms. You can serve it chilled or you can serve it warm. Let's garnish that with a little bit of green onion in there, give it a little bite. And then for that crunch, let's add some toasted almonds in there. You can use slithered almonds or whole almonds, dry toasted. That's a delicious recipe, protein packed and nutrient dense.